So as you sit on admissions panels for Rutgers or maybe NJ State, All-State Band or whatever, what are you typically looking for whenever you're listening to somebody? What's the thing, like your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 list?
First of all, I mean, judging for, let's say, all-state band, or let's put it this way, auditioning ensemble placement here.
Okay.
You know, students come in the beginning semester, they all play an audition, we're listening for ensembles. For me, again, you know, we're talking a back end thing, for me, it's mostly sound. I want to hear great sounds, okay?
Now that is in tone, as you say,
Yes.
with good intonation.
Good intonation, great articulation
Good
with it, because I
technique,
really
yeah.
think that affects it. Great rhythm, yes, the faster the technique, still playing with a great sound, okay, not getting thin. And then, you know, you rank it from there, right?
Okay.
Often I tell the students this, that look, you simply can't control anybody else.
Yes.
You know, they get so bent out of shape if they're not number 4, and they thought they were supposed to be number 4, and now I'm number 8, you know, and I tell them all the time that, look, we're taking a 5-minute snapshot of your playing ability and we're judging it. Here, we do all the auditions blind. You know, everybody's behind a curtain. We only see the number, that's it. And they'll come to me and they'll say, well, how could you? I said, well, listen, if you're going to hand me a dozen oranges, and they all sort of sound like an orange, I'm only going to try to rank them the best I can.
Yeah.
Don't expect me to be perfect with this. But if you really want to stand out of the pack, then don't be an orange. Come in and do something that's going to be really special. You know, we have grad students here. I think one of the great things here is that students that are grad students or undergraduates are all considered the same. Truly, when it comes down to it, what, most of them 4 years, 5 years apart, so what? I think, though, that that's kind of off-putting to some of the graduates, that all of a sudden they'll do this audition. We have a freshman flautist in wind ensemble this semester, these 2 semesters. He's awesome. Kid comes in and plays the audition, does great, okay? And he's holding his own in the ensemble. Now, are there things that I would enjoy more from a more experienced player that would understand how to get around things and all? Of course. But that audition system and its fairness and its objectiveness, right, is what they did in that 5-minute snapshot. That's all I can judge. I don't know who the person is or anything, right?
Now what about, so these are all blind auditions,
Right.
but what if you have a non-blind? Is there like some do's and don'ts when it's not a blind audition
Absolutely. Like if I'm listening to this, I mean, we're honestly thinking about changing it a little bit next year, right? Where we do take in a little bit of the fact of, we know this student has this experience. You know, when you go for a job interview, right, forget music, you go for a job interview, somebody's looking at you and saying, hey, boy, they have this skill set, they have this skill set, they have this skill set. One person might be stronger in one and the other, but you're looking at all the skill sets and saying, this is going to be the best fit. And that's what a non-blind audition is. Provided, okay, here's these players in this realm, here's these 12 oranges. But now, because they're not blind, I can look at those 12 oranges and say, hey, you know, this one's got a little bit more of this one's got this one's got this. I think this person would be better playing here, you know. But what we have here is what's called a pool, right? The students all make it into this thing.
Yeah.
And then the area chairs have the opportunity to now look at those oranges and say, well, this person would be great on first, this person would be great on second, this person would play this part well. And that's a great system for us, right? But then you look at the auditions for college, and for me, I think folks have to prepare students differently for that.
Now, how did you prepare students when you were a high school band director?
I would make sure that, of course, here's the things that they can play, right? This is what they're supposed to play. These are things. Again, you do whatever you can to make sure that they're prepared at your highest ability. But going into a college audition, many times teachers are not so concerned about what your talent is, but what your talent could be. And do you have the goods to get it there? So I often told students all the time that, look, you're going into this audition. If this teacher says, listen, could you take this passage again and try it this way? drop the arrogance at the door. You go and you try it that way. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that. Are you moldable? Are you teachable? Will I be able to bring this talent that this student has? Will I be able to bring it to the next level? Because if you're going to walk in and be arrogant about this, there's no way you're going to move ahead.
Yes.
Right? They have to be able to move forward. So looking and being personable and being willing to accept criticism. That's what a lot of teachers are looking for coming into this audition. You know, not that you played it perfectly. So you made a wrong, you blew a note, you blew a technique spot, you know. What they're looking for is, are you teachable? You have talent, yes, that's great. Are you teachable?
Now, do you think that's different between undergrad and graduate, the
No.
auditions? No?
No, not at all. I think that people coming into graduate, if you're going in here, I mean, I guess you look at the mentality of the person coming through too. If you're coming here to do a DMA because you know everything already, then don't do a DMA.
Yeah.
You're coming here because there's things that you want to continue to work on. And no teacher wants to sit with somebody for 3 years and have them just blockade it and not moving ahead, right? And so, at least in my view, if I'm looking at somebody as a DMA candidate, let's say for conducting right now, please don't come here and think you're going to be salty, you know.
Yeah.
We're going to come here and I'm looking for, yeah, you got great talent. Seems like, wow, you got great rehearsal skills and everything else. What could you be? And are you open enough to allow me to help you get there?